I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the only times I really hear of Offset is when he's either cheating on Cardi B, which he's done like 55,000 times at this point, or when he's on Kai Cenat's live streams, which are funny as fuck, by the way. I didn't know Offset was funny like that, you know what I mean? Like, watching him being on Kai Cenat's streams, first of all, I'm happy for him because he's obviously been through a lot in the last few years, and that's some of the things that I'm expecting to hear about on the album, like Takeoff dying, rest in peace to him. You know, of course, cheating on Cardi B and all that bullshit. And then him and Quavo not talking. I still don't know what happened, bro. You know, obviously I'm not in their circle or nothing, you know. I don't know, maybe I'll never find out what happened, but the only real thing that I've heard is that while Quavo was dating Saweetie, Offset fucked her. That's the only thing that I've heard, which would be kind of ugly if, you know, because Quavo and Offset have had such a good relationship, but they've had so much success together. The Migos really changed the game. You know, we never heard that style of rapping before the Migos came in, and it would just be really ugly if over a girl they ruined their relationship like that. I hope it's not that. Quavo said in his album that, you know, they're still fam, so stay out of it, basically telling everybody to stay out of their business, they're gonna figure it out, this, that. But he also mentioned that Offset did something shady. So I really hope it's not Saweetie and all that BS, because I don't know, that'd just be kind of ugly. And like I mentioned, Quavo dropped an album, so I'm definitely going to compare the Offset album to the Quavo album, for sure, 500%. I thought the Quavo album was okay. I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you. It wasn't nothing great. It was just okay. And I've always thought Quavo was actually the better Migo. You know, just because I think he has more flows. But Offset's definitely the better rapper. You know what I mean? So if Offset can deliver a couple more flows on this album, this can easily be a better album than Quavo's. But I'm expecting a lot from the album. I'm expecting a lot in the sense that, like I said, a lot happened in his life. And I'm excited to see what he's going to talk about and how he's going to deliver on this album. This is his first album in like 4 years. The last one he dropped was Father of Four in 2019, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, either way, let's get into it. On the River, first track.
White road, 20 hoes, white gold, mink roll, lot of pink. I got the drop all on my eyes, I told them boys to shred it. I got a foreign fetish, I am the one, you get it.
That shit was a good start to the album. That intro, that's probably one of the best intros I've heard on an album all year long. But to be honest, it hasn't been a great year for hip-hop. I swear, a lot of these artists, they just drop albums just to drop it. But that sounded fire. That intro was fire. Now I'm only hoping, and this is the only reason why I've always thought Quavo just edges out Offset as being the best Migo. No disrespect to Takeoff. I just think Quavo's got more flows. But, I mean, shit, you never know. Like I said, Offset still had a lot of time to think it over. And by the way I'm going to rate the whole album is every time I like a song and I feel like it belongs on the album, I'm going to count it as a point. And the song, there's about 21 songs on the album. So, you know, at the end of the day, all the songs that I counted, we'll count it out of 21, how many I liked and how many I didn't. And then we'll rate it that way. And that one I'm going to count it. That was the one. That was a good intro. Good start. I just hope he doesn't keep using the same flow over and over again. Next song, Say My Grace, featuring Travis Scott. Okay. Yo, that instrumental is stupid. That is so Travis Scott. And that's just, I know they're about to kill this.
Gotta get an answer. Why I lose my brother to bullets? Why I lose my grandma to cancer? Why me? God, I need answers. And Biddy, you gotta have faith. I'm in the meditation ever since we lost blood. There ain't much more I can take.
Yo, that instrumental was stupid. And I mean stupid. That shit was, yo, the whole song was just fire. Travis Scott, I thought that was a very Travis Scott instrumental. He did okay. Yeah, I mean, Travis Scott did. But Offset, that shit was fire. Offset came in and he just, that shit was hard. He's 2 for 2 for so far. Easily. I like that song better than the intro. And I thought the intro was cool. Yeah, I mean, but then again, the intro, you can't really, like, usually you can't judge intros. Yeah, I mean, it's literally what it is. Yeah, I mean, it's the intro. It's just kind of getting you started. But, yeah, I thought Travis Scott was going to do a bit better than he did. But Offset definitely carried his weight. And it is his album, so he's supposed to do more. So it kind of makes sense. Next song, called Word. And honestly, what I liked about that song is, even though it was hype and it was lit, it wasn't just like random shit that he was talking about. He was actually talking about the shit that's happened in his life. You know, his brother getting taken away by bullets, him losing his grandma to cancer, and him talking real shit like, you speak your mind, you might get canceled. Yo, I fuck with that song. Next song, Worth It, with Don Toliver. Don Toliver is very, very hit or miss. Very, very hit or miss. Sometimes he'll drop a song and I'm like, damn, this motherfucker talented as fuck. And then he'll drop a song and I wonder why he's even big.
Check with putting stamps all on your passport. I got plan for it. Leave your man for it.
I said Don Toliver is hit or miss for me. That shit was fire. He actually did a really good job on the hook. I still think the other song was better just because it was more lit and hype, and that's my style. But this one was, musically, this one was definitely a good song, especially because the hook. And like I said, Don Toliver did his thing. Offset came in, and Offset is really good at verses, bro. Yeah, I mean, the only thing about Offset sometimes is that he needs someone to do the hook for him, because he's not able to come up with those catchy ass hooks. You know what I mean? Like, you put Offset on basically any rap song, he'll kill it. His flow just goes on every single trap beat that you could possibly think of. But his only thing is hooks. But so far on the album, I mean, he's 3 for 3, but he hasn't missed yet. You know what I mean? So maybe I shouldn't be talking shit. So far, I like it. I'm not gonna lie, I like it better than the Quavo album. But it's only been 3 songs and there's still like 18 more to go. Alright, next up with Pluto. Yeah, I mean, this can't be bad. Because Future's never missed on a feature before. And that's a fact. You know what I mean? As long as you give him the right beat, Future never misses.
Shoot him in the hallway, corner 1 call away, dump his body in the lake. Fuck on my all day, I've been ballin' all state. Me and Brody made a plan from the murder in the broad day. For a little cash, you can get a nigga violated. Already let a whole chinchilla, okay.
Yo, this motherfucker's 4 for 4. No cap, this dude is 4 for 4 so far. And this, I can say that with no hesitation. Not a single song that I've heard so far that I've been like, yo, this is kind of boring me out, or, you know, in the middle of the song, I'm catching it. I'm listening to everything, bro. He's kept my attention because that shit is fire. That wasn't Future's best verse, but yo, you know what's funny? I just said that Offset can't really come up with hooks and all that. That hook was fire. Everybody all day, fire as fuck. And in Future, my thing about Future is, bro, you give him a beat that he can flow on, he'll never miss. Future's just that dude, bro. Yeah, I mean, you just give him something to work with that's not shit, he'll make it work. He'll make it happen. So even though he didn't really say nothing funny, or usually he'll say something about a bitch or something, yeah, I mean, some toxic shit and it'll be funny. He didn't say nothing like that, but it's still a good feature. So far he's 4 for 4. Now this next song, Fan, it's already come out. I've heard it before. I reacted to it on my channel, but we'll listen to it one time anyways.
But it didn't happen. Supposed to hold me down. Now I'm over it. And this is not no love at first sight. I can't take you serious. I fucked you on the first night.
Like I said, I've heard that song before. It's already come out. I think he dropped it 3 weeks ago, so it's been a little while. But you know what I'm curious about? I know that Offset cheated on Cardi like a couple times, yeah, I mean, don't give a fuck, to be honest, who cheats on who. It's just, I guess I do kind of care, because I wonder if Cardi cheated on him ever. I seen a little report where it said that Cardi B cheated on him too, and I'm just wondering, like, are these motherfuckers just like cheating on each other back and forth? Yeah, I mean, or is it just Offset? I don't know. Either way, the song was fire. I think that's 5 so far, so that's 5 for 5. Yeah, I don't really got much to say about that. Like I said, I've reacted to it before. I've heard it before. So if you want to listen to more of a reaction, go check out that video. Damn, how ironic. The next song with Cardi B, and I was just talking about her. Freaky featuring Cardi B. She about to talk about a lot of ass and a lot of pussy. We already know that. But Cardi B is one of my favorite female artists, so I fuck with her.
The man, I'm filthy. Make a bitch baby daddy wanna kill me.
Freak, it's freaky.
Buy a boutique, freak bitches. Stop playing like you don't eat bitches.
Yo, that's the most sit in a strip club with like 30 big booty biddies around you, have like 50,000 in cash, throw money everywhere song in the world, bro. That's all I pictured. The whole time I was listening to the song, that's all I pictured. I'm gonna count it as, this motherfucker is 6 for 6, bro. I know I had high expectations for the album, but this shit is better than it's only 6 songs. There's still 15 left, I understand. But when you start an album off 6 for 6, I mean, bro, come on now. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think the song was, you know, now let's get back to the song. I didn't think the song was as good as the one that they put out a couple years ago that Do Anything for Clout. That shit was fire, and it was better than this song, but it still got the job done. Yeah, I mean, it still definitely belongs on the album. Especially the like I said, the whole scene, when you think about the vibe. I just see a whole strip club full of big booty biddies just bouncing ass everywhere, money just flying like it's birds, and this song playing in the background. So I definitely see that. Yeah, I definitely, like I said, because the vibe, I understand why this song is on the album. Next song, Hop Out of Van.
Murder for hire. Murder for hire. You know that the murder rate high.
I ain't never seen Offset use that voice before, and I will always be all in for it when a rapper tries something new, as long as it sounds good. And that shit was fire, bro. I ain't never seen Offset do some shit like this. Motherfucker is 7 for 7, bro. I know I expected a lot, but 7 for 7 is pretty wild. I didn't expect the album to go 7 for 7 right off the bat. That shit was fire. I would say it's my favorite song on the album, but nah, so far my favorite song on the album is the one with Future. That hook was fire. The way Offset did it, the hook was fire, and the Future obviously did his thing. Maybe I'm a bit biased because I'm a Future fan. The dude hasn't missed so far, bro. I don't know what these last few years have done to him. He took his time with the album, and he's definitely delivering so far. If he can continue this for the rest of the album, shit. Alright, next song, Don't You Lie.
Don't you lie. Paintbrush dealer with the black and yellow diamond. Do damage, white ceramic. It gets like I'm Santa. Outside Atlanta, real like a panda. Serving that raw, dirty Diana.
That shit was almost the first miss. Almost. Yeah, I mean, but something by that flow that he did in the middle of the song, it got my attention right back. So I'm gonna say that I'm gonna count it and say he's 8 for 8. This motherfucker can't miss. Steph Curry from the free throw line, but he's 8 for 8 so far, bro. I don't really have much to say about the song. Like, I didn't think it was super crazy or super fire. But if I'm listening to the album again and it plays, I'm just gonna let it play. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a shit song or nothing like that. So that's why I'm gonna say it belongs on there. And some of the stuff he was saying, you know, I just like it when rappers say shit that they really mean on music and it sounds good. For example, when he said shit like, where would I be without Atlanta? Like, he's repping the city, you know, and I fuck with that. And it sounded good, so I'm gonna count that one. The next song is called I'm On.
This switch and clear my vision, now we grown. I've been on one mission, run my digits, then I'm gone. So alone. Mama said be strong when you was the king.
Yo, the Drake influence on that song was crazy. The moment the beat dropped, I'm thinking Drizzy. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, you know what I mean? Because Offset took it and he did his thing, and that song was fire as fuck. This motherfucker, yo, I'm saying this after every song. I did not expect the album to be this good, bro. I'm so, like, I know I sound like kind of a hater. I don't know why I said "and," like H is a vowel, but I know I sound like a hater because I'm basically saying I didn't think Offset was as good. But the dude is 10 for 10. That's coming from a guy that, yeah, he fucks with Offset, but I'm not an Offset fan. Like, I mean, he's a good rapper, he's a good artist. That's all I feel about him. And so far, coming from that perspective, he hasn't missed on an album, and I'm halfway through on a 21 song album. That's impressive, bro. That's impressive as fuck. But yeah, the song itself, definitely something different. I haven't really heard that flow from Offset ever. Very Drake-like flow, very calm, relaxing, drive late at night flow. But I thought the vocals was good. The way he delivered was good. You know, what he said, he really meant it. He was just letting out his feelings. That shit was fire. Fire song. So far, absolutely nothing wrong with this album. but we're only halfway through. Actually, is that 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nah, that's 9. He's 9 for 9. My bad. Next song, the 10th song, is Big Dog.
Hey, big dog, get your wife gone.
Oh.
Big dog, give her back.
Hey.
Big dog, play with millions, nigga. I'm a big dog to the max. Big, a couple of million in stash. We looking like where they be at. When we see them, we ready to crash. Hop in the track, off shit, nigga. I'm a big dog to the max.
Yo, that's the best song on the album so far. Easily. I don't even gotta think about it. That shit's got me lit from that hook. Big dog, get you whack. Big dog, get your. Yo. I don't know all the words that he said because it's my first time listening to the song. It's so fucked up because I literally said Offset can't come up with hooks. But so far in the album, he's had at least 2 or 3 songs where I said, yo, that hook was pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie to you. So he's good. Bro, what I've seen in the album so far is a lot of growth. Offset as an artist. You know what I mean? It isn't just that same flow that he would always do. It's not just about money, rapping, drugs, bitches. He's not just rapping by that. He's actually saying a lot of real shit. And maybe not on that song. That song was just about fucking getting someone whacked, Big Dog, all that. But it was the best song on the album. You know, that was a classic Offset song. And by classic, I mean like banger classic. That shit was fire as fuck. 10 for 10. Putting the Michael Jordan numbers. 11th song, Night Vision.
Metro! On the beach, I can turn your block into hydraulics for a fee. And I can see the arch when they hurt. I don't want no sorry, nigga. The pain I feel like ease. I think I spending by my brother, take that shit and eat.
I'm not gonna lie, when I heard Metro was on the song, or Metro made the beat, produced the beat, I had very high expectations, but that shit kind of let me down. I'll be completely honest. That's the first song where I can legitimately say that's just a miss. I don't really got much to say about that song. I was hoping, because I remember Offset, 21, and Metro dropped the album a couple years ago. Fuck, what was it called? It was on Halloween too. So it was literally like around this time, but 4, 5, 6 years ago. I don't remember exactly. But either way, that shit was fire. So Offset and Metro, they're usually, and they had that one song too, that Ain't No Complaints. Oh, Resident Safe. You know, so Metro and Offset, they got good chemistry when it comes to music, and I'm not gonna lie, I was disappointed with that song. I like it. I like the hook. The hook was kind of corny to me, and the overall song wasn't good. Alright, so I'm not even gonna talk about that too much. Next song, Skyami with Mango Fu. Who the fuck is Mango Fu?
In my bed, coming through hundreds is cramping my hand. Your bitch be gone, I know she a fan. You get your dope, it be wrapped in saran. Back to back cash, you know gang ain't.
Drip 'em out of his clothes, we gripping on poles. 2 million lost and now my heart is too cold.
I'ma count that one. Really close to not counting it, but I'm gonna count that one. The feature was aight. Mango Fu, I don't know, maybe that's his homie, that's why he put him on there. The feature was aight, you know, it wasn't necessary, but I gotta think about this. Yeah, I'ma count it. It had a nice little melodic flow to it. You know what I mean? It wasn't, the verse was typical Offset flow, but the hook was definitely cool and different. A little bit different from what Offset usually does. So I'm gonna count it. Maybe I'm wrong about that, because I swear maybe I've heard Offset do that kind of flow before on the hook. I don't know. If you're an Offset fan and you listen to his music more than me, let me know if I'm wrong about that. But I'm gonna count that one. It was very close to me not counting it. But just because of the hook and like that melodic flow that he had, the vibe that he had, I'm gonna count it. Fuck it. So that's 11 for 12. Next song, Dissolve.
I'm ready to give my all to you. All to your face, to you.
Yeah, that's just a miss. The moment the song started and he said, I belong to you. Whatever the fuck. Alright, maybe it didn't sound as bad as I just sounded, but there's no way in hell that note sounded good. There's no way in hell this motherfucker sat in the goddamn studio and went, yo, that shit sounds fire. There's just no chance, okay? So I'm definitely gonna count that out, basically just because of that note. That you, nah, fuck no. But I like the fact that he tried something new. It just didn't sound good. I'm gonna be honest about it. Next song, Fine As Can Be, featuring Lotto.
Fine as could be, you can come forward, a rich nigga, please. Fine as could be, Miami Beach. Spending new racks, I can never be cheap. Get you at the
Bitch from the gutter, pussy feel like butter. And his face eated like his last supper. Always strapped, but we don't never use a rubber.
Not gonna lie, when I was listening to that song, I was thinking this is gonna come down to the feature. If the feature came on here, if Lotto came on here and just absolutely ruined the song, I'm gonna say it's a miss. But I'm not gonna lie, she was low-key spinning, bro. She was low-key spinning, so I'm gonna say that's a count too. This is one of the best albums I've heard all year, bro. Just straight up. I can say that shit with no hesitation. A lot of these albums that these rappers drop, especially this year, it's felt like they're just doing it just to do it. You know, like they don't really care about how good the music is. They don't. You can tell that he took a lot of time to just make the best music possible. You know, he hasn't dropped the album since. Let me just make sure that I'm not wrong. He hasn't dropped an album since Father of Four. That was 2019. You know what I mean? And you could tell that he took a lot of time just trying to make the best possible album he can make. You know, with everything going on in his life, he didn't rush it. He didn't just see, okay, his name is in the news, let me just drop an album. He didn't do none of that. You know, he waited to get his mind right, get his music right, and then he dropped the shit. So far, bro, this is definitely one of the best albums I've heard all year long. Next song, Bust My Watch.
Bust my watch, yellow on the dot. CPN put her in the spot. Turn it up, make another knot. Listen, I'm dreaming this Gucci Chanel. I told him get up some money, don't stale. She wanna swim in this money like whales.
That shit was alright. I'm gonna say it's a miss, just because it never really caught my attention at any point. You know, I was, again, just like the Metro song, because I fuck with Metro's beats. Same with Weezy, I fuck with his beats too. I had higher expectations. I thought he might go off or something, but it was just cool. Man, it was just, I don't really have much to say about it, so I'm gonna say that's a miss. So now that's what? 1, 2, 3 misses for me? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 misses out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 15. So I'm 12 for 15 right now. Still pretty good, man. Alright, next song, Dope Boy.
Dope boy fresh, dope boy. F41s in the tank. Dope boy checks. Coke boy whip it up stretch. Coke boy cash. I got hella shoes rocking with me. We rocking out with the glizzies, is you with me? Stand nobody, nigga, come to get it. And I got no time for no.
I'm gonna count that one just because I don't know, it had a cool little vibe to it. Just sit back, relax to it. But you know what it got me thinking? That whole song. Why isn't 21 Savage on this album? He literally dropped the whole collab album with 21. You know, so I would just think that when an album this big, where he's got Future, where he's got Travis Scott, especially that beat, that was such a 21 Savage type beat, bro. You know, I don't know, like Young Nudie, he was alright, but replace Young Nudie with 21, we're having a whole different conversation. I bet 21 just goes off on that shit. Either way, yeah, I'm gonna count that one though. It was cool. It wasn't nothing crazy, but yeah. So 13 out of 16 now. Next song, Princess Cut, featuring Chloe.
Flooded that bitch with some diamonds. I call her diamonds. She looking fine to me. She got a Princess Cut body. Hop in the Rari. I told her drive for me.
You fell in love with the taste, make me.
Bruh, I'm gonna call that a miss, but only cause of the Chloe shorty, like the feature. She saved it towards the end, but if she wasn't on the song, I would have fucked with it so much more, cause that beat was pretty fucking hard. Offset had a nice flow on it. That Princess Cut diamond, find me. That shit was hard. But that I don't know, the way she started her. The way she started her feature, I was just like, nah, this is not it. She kind of saved it towards the end, but nah. She didn't save it enough. Yeah, I mean, she was still out of bounds. Wasn't a catch. Nah, I'm not with it. So I'm gonna say that's 4 misses now. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4. So far, this is 17. So I'm 13 for 17 then. Next song, Cardi B again. Makes sense. That's his wife. Still wonder if she cheated on him.
Who talking, who telling, who saying? I'm selling prescription cocaine. She fuck on my pimp and my cane. I'm Michael, I'm not no Jermaine. Jealousy.
It's you worry about me and my nigga, huh? You should worry about the nigga you're sleep with. Faces given and never not gave.
That shit was fire. The married couple went off on that. They took turns on that shit. And the instrumental was fire as fuck too. But she said one thing that kind of caught me off guard. Shorty said, don't worry about me and my man. Worry about the man that your man sleeps with. She's saying that the dude was the girl's man was sleeping with another man. That one kind of caught me off, but I'm pretty sure that song was already out. I've heard a little bit of it. I haven't reacted to it or anything like that, so I don't know, you know, and I haven't really heard it, but I think that song was already out before because I've kind of heard about it, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna count that as it. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of one of the songs that's pretty fire. And it makes sense that he's got Cardi B on the album 2 times. That's his wife. I still wonder. I know they said mind your business in the song, but I still wonder if, cause yo, Offset's hobby is cheating on Cardi B. Yeah, I mean, every once in a while you'll hear Offset cheated on Cardi B or something. I wonder if Cardi B's cheating on him too. I seen it somewhere, but I kind of just scrolled past it. I didn't give a fuck. I probably should have read it. I don't know. I'm curious. Either way, and I haven't seen them together in a while, to be honest. You know, I haven't really. Nah, I'm being too nosy. Alright, next song, song 14 for 18. Next song, Blame It on Set.
They can't be too upset. I took that rope off my neck. They couldn't be too upset. Let's go. Niggas steer up. Fuck it up. I ain't going. No denial, they know I'm the one. Walk the way you can't go out.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. 18 songs into the album, it's getting to that point where the shit's just too long. And this is why I said make your albums. This is why I always say this. Artists should make their albums max 15 to 16 songs. Dog, if you just made your album 16 songs long, I would have been done by now, and I would have said it's 13 out of 16. Making an album 21 songs long, and no matter how fire an album is, I don't care who the artist is, you gotta drop such a perfect album for me to go through the whole shit and still have my attention at the end. Now, this album's done a pretty good job. You know, I'll talk about it at the end in the review. I'm gonna count that as a miss because it just sounded too generic to me. That's too generic of an Offset song. So I'm 14 out of 19 now. But we got 2 songs left. Let's check them out. Upside Down. That's kind of interesting because the cover is kind of him being upside down, huh? So this song kind of represents the cover a little bit.
Wasn't expecting the handout, I wanted some help. They gotta know how I felt. Smiling my face just like I couldn't tell. Too long. If I'm malfunction, oh.
That song was definitely him just pouring his heart out. And honestly, like I said, after all the shit that he's been through in the last few years, you needed a song like that on the album. I'm gonna definitely count that as it because that's what I was expecting at the beginning. You know, right when I started the video, I said, yo, he's been through a lot in the last few years. A lot's happened in his life. I'm expecting him to talk about it, and he definitely did in that song. You know, shit like don't judge me for my music, I'm a human too, and stuff. Like these kind of things, you only say that after you've been through a lot and you just want to pour your heart out on a song, and that's something that I definitely respect. So I'm gonna count that as one of my songs that I liked. I'm 15 for 20 now. Yeah, 15 for 20. Last song, Healthy.
Used to feel cursed, I done seen the worst. I know how it work, hit them where it hurt. Get a nigga murk, find the most, sold a lot of dope. Bought it by the boat, bought a lot of
Healthy and Upside Down. These 2 songs been mad real, and it's just like, it's basically him going over how he felt through all the bullshit that he was going through. Quavo had a couple of those too, where he talked about, you know, all the bullshit where he's dealing with not talking to Offset and shit. He was talking about how they're still fam, you know, telling people to stay out of their business and all that, and then talking about, of course, Takeoff Death. And I feel like Offset had the same vibe going on in these last 2 songs, especially where I heard it, where he's just letting out his feelings. So I definitely fuck with it. I'm gonna count that as one of my songs. 16 out of 21. This is one of the best albums I've heard all year long. And I can't sit up here and tell you that I expected that, because I didn't. I think Offset is I thought before the album that Offset is a good artist, but he's not. I didn't think he's capable of dropping an album where he's got my attention on 16 out of 21 songs. Where I listen to 6 out of 21 song album is way too long. I've always said that when every artist drops that shit. But for me to sit up there and say 16 out of the 21 songs are good, that's impressive as fuck. Like towards the end, I started feeling like shit. I'm getting kind of tired now. Yeah, I mean, like he was starting to lose me a little bit. But like I said, for you to drop an album where you have 21 songs on it, and all 20, you know, you got my attention all the way till the end. bruh, that's a very hard task to do, you know. So you gotta understand. 21 songs is too much, bro. Yeah, I mean, I've just never fucked with that. Every artist that does that, I don't fuck with it. But that's the negative. That being said, this is probably top 2, top 3 album of the year. The only other album that I can, because I'm a Drake fan, yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people didn't like the Drake album. The only album that I can compare this with is the Drake album. I think it was definitely better than the Quavo album. Shout out to Quavo. And I've always thought that Quavo's a better Migo, but shit, after this album and listening to the Quavo album, comparing both of them, I definitely fuck with this one more. Definitely, 500%. And there's songs that I like from the Quavo album, so it's not like I hated it. But yeah, this album's definitely better. But is it better than the Drake album? Yo, you know what the thing about Drake is, competing with a guy like Drake? And let me say this right now. The fact that I'm even comparing the two, because Drake, you gotta understand, Offset is a trap artist, you know what I mean? His music is mostly trap music. That's his theme. Drake is very versatile, bro. Drake is talented on another level. So for me to even compare Offset with Drake, that's a big deal. You know, so that's a win in itself. Let's just be real. Drake is an international artist, bro. You know, he's just got music for everybody. So for me to sit up here and say that Offset is competing with him, that's a big deal in itself. I'm not gonna say that his album was better than Drake's though, because like I said, the versatility, it just matters. The only real thing that I was disappointed in the Drake album was that, how are you gonna name an album For All the Dogs? First of all, not have Future on the album, For All the Dogs, and not have Future on the album? Stupid, dumb as fuck. Not that I'm calling Drake stupid. Shout out to Drake. That's my boy. But it's just, that made no sense to me. Okay, that was my biggest critique of the Drake album. And then he was having too much, like he had too much singing shit on there. And I'm like, bro, is this really For All the Dogs? Sounds like more, it sounds more like For All the Simps. You know what I mean? So that was the problem that I had with the Drake album. But that's enough about the Drake shit. I'm still gonna pick that over this, but this is definitely probably the second or the third best album that dropped this year, easily for me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Probably my second favorite album this year, out of everybody else that's dropped. Did Future drop this year? Nah, I don't think so. Either way, let me know what you think. If you're an Offset fan, first of all, if you can help me out, bro, what happened with him and Quavo? Why don't they talk no more? I just don't get how you can make so much great music and then out of nowhere I'll just stop talking. Now, it might not be that Offset fucks Saweetie. Maybe it's got nothing to do with her. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But if it's not that, I wonder what else it is. Maybe we'll never find out. Because at the end of the day, like Quavo said in his album a couple times, their family and stay out of it. You know, they're not going to talk about it. So maybe nobody knows other than them. Maybe we'll never know. I don't know. But either way, let me know what you guys think about the album. The only thing this guy's got to stop doing is cheating on Cardi B.